It's not selling because no one believes you. I don't know how to sell. I don't want to know how to sell. I just want to make the money from it. What I realize is that making your first sale online is not hard. It is only hard when you don't have a strategy. And that was one of the things that made it ridiculously hard for me. And so I want to give you a strategy, and I want to give you some of the things that I did and the things that I wish that I knew to do, so that I could actually make my first sale online. What most people don't realize is that selling is really buyer psychology, right? A lot of the times we think about selling as like car salesman, or I don't even know if car salesman is a word, but just like very scamish and sleazy. And you think of like the person that's trying to sell something to you that you don't want, kind of thing, right? And a lot of people don't realize that we don't mind buying things. Like, we want to buy things. I personally have an addiction and I have a problem with buying things, but I don't want to feel like I'm being sold to. Does that make sense? So I don't want to feel like you are trying to force me to buy your product or to try to convince me to buy your product. And because I don't want to feel that way, I don't want to be on the other end of trying to make anybody feel that way. So for a very long time, I was like, sales is just not for me. How am I supposed to make my first sale online if I have never sold anything, or I'm just not a salesperson? I don't know how to sell. I don't want to know how to sell. I just want to make the money from it. So in this video, that's exactly what we're going to talk about: how to make more sales without having to actually sell. So let's just jump right into it. When I started making money, as you see here on the screen, with digital products, it wasn't until I realized that I had to have a strategy in order to do this. I can't just do this thing willy-nilly, right? A lot of people are not telling you this part of it. A lot of people are not telling you that, listen, once you buy that digital product, or once you create that digital product, there's more that comes so that you can actually make the money. You can't just decide that you want to create it or buy it and poof, now you're going to have $10,000 in your bank account. Now you're going to be waking up to you just made a sale notifications in your email. That's not how that happens, you guys. Okay, let me keep it 1,000,000,000,000% with you. And that was part of the misconception that I had, because I was like, well, if I just create the digital product, then the people gonna come, right? Because they gonna want what I have. And the lie detector determined that that was a lie. One of the first things that I had to realize that was keeping me from making sales online is the fact that this is not about you, right? I know you want to make money. I wanted to make money too. When I wasn't making any money, I wanted to make money, right? We go into business because we want to make money. We are considering this whole digital product space because of how lucrative it is and can be, right? But what people are not telling you is that this digital marketing, digital product space is not about you. It is literally about the person that you are trying to serve. And a lot of the times when you have not like figured that part out and you are just trying to make the sale, that is going to push you further away from actually making the sale that you want to make. And so let me put it this way: you need to be in business to help someone else. You need to be in business to provide a service or a product that somebody else wants, and not only that they want, but that somebody else needs, right? You guys know that I'm here on YouTube. You're watching me right now on YouTube, and I'm not on heavily on any other social media platform, but I know for a fact that YouTube is a search engine. And so when people come on to YouTube, they are looking specifically for the thing that they are clicking on. So if anyone has clicked on your video, that is not just a click, not just a subscription, not like it's not just someone subscribing to your channel. It's not just someone liking your video. It's because someone is specifically looking for what it is that you are offering. And so if you're not offering anything, if you're not offering any value, then you're not going to be able to sell anything to anybody. And so I know that I use the word sell, but I want you to think of it from the perspective of offering your customer or your client the opportunity to solve the problem that they are trying to solve, right? If you understand how your particular product or service has solved your problem or has solved problems for other people, and you believe in the actual value that it gives, then you won't have a problem talking about it, right? I don't question what I'm telling, the information that I'm giving you right now. Why? Because I know that this has actually worked for me. And so I know that it is working for other people. And so if you don't decide to take the information or do anything with the information, that's on you. I'm not here to try to convince you to buy anything. And that's the approach that you need to take with your clients and with your customers. So think of the way you actually make purchases, right? I want you to put yourself in your customer's shoes, put yourself in your client's shoes. Think of how you actually make buying decisions. No one, and I mean no one, is going to be able to convince you to buy something that you don't want or that you don't need. And it is the exact same thing when you were trying to sell somebody something, right? So we have like this whole master resale rights epidemic going on around the world. And they're calling this whole thing digital marketing, right? And so they're telling you to buy a product so that you can resell a product. But if you just buy that product and you just bought the product to resell the product, and you don't truly believe in what it can actually do for the person, and you can't even convey, you can't even communicate in your videos, in your marketing, in anything, anywhere that you are trying to get these people to buy this stuff, they're not going to buy it. Right. And so a lot of you are experiencing that right now, because it's like, now that I have this digital product, what am I supposed to do with it? Because it's not selling. It's not selling because no one believes you. No one believes that you actually believe in what it is that you are selling, because you just bought that product because you thought that it will be a quick way to make some money. And that is bleeding out in the way that you market, in the way that you communicate to your audience that you want them to buy the product, right? And so that's not my MO. It's not anything that I tell my mentees to do. In fact, I tell them to do the opposite. If you don't actually believe in the product, don't buy the product. If you have not used the product for yourself, if you have not reaped the benefits of the product, then don't try to sell it, because you need to be able to sell the product or offer the product in a way where you are able to confidently convey that this product is something that has helped you and that has helped other people, right? You're not trying to convince anybody that's going to help them. You just want to give your experience with the product and how it has helped you or somebody else. So think about the way that you actually make buying decisions, and that's really going to give you your answer, right? Would you buy from you? Ask yourself that. Would you buy from you realistically if you saw yourself come across your screen? Probably the answer is not really, because you you feel it. Like, you feel it on the inside that you don't know what you're doing, and you're just trying to get this product to sell. And your viewers, your clients, your customers, potential clients and customers feel that, and they see that as well. So I had to stop telling people how my products can help them and start showing people how my product can help them. Stop telling people, stop talking the talk, but not actually walking the walk. Okay. That's something I had to realize. Like, nobody cares about how much you say that your product is going to help them. Can you show me how your product is going to help me? Can you show me how your product has helped you? Can you show me how your product or your service has helped somebody else? What is the transformation? How am I going to be able to get to the solution, right? To the resolution that I'm looking for? That's what people want. They don't care how much you talk about how your product is one of a kind, and how your product is just the best of the best, and how your product has these ingredients, and how your product has these chapters. No one cares about that. What people actually care about is your product going to get me the answers that I am looking for? Is it going to get me to solving the problem that I'm trying to solve? And if I don't believe that your product is going to get me to do that, or your service is going to get me to do that, I don't care what you say. I'm just not going to invest in your product. I may entertain a few minutes of your pitch, but I'm going to feel your energy in your pitch. I'm going to look in your comment section. I'm going to look on your page. I'm going to do some research about you to see, what is this person actually who they say they are, right? I'm going to look in your videos and see how many people are engaging with your videos actually, right? Are you actually doing the things that you are recommending somebody else do? Have you done the things that you are recommending somebody else do? These are all things that people care about. They don't care about how much you say your product is the best of the best. So instead of telling people how your product or your service can help them get to a certain place, start showing them. And that is how you build authority, and that is how you build trust. You guys know all the time that I come on here and I tell you, even in my community, if you are in the digital product school community, you know I tell you all the time, I don't tell you guys anything that I am not doing myself, that I have not done myself, and that I have not proven the concept of, right? Which is why I'm so confident in the things that I come and I share with you, because I already know that they work. I'm not speculating that they work based on information that I got from somebody else. I know that they work because they're working for me in real time, right? And so the way that you get your people to trust you, the way that you get your people to know you and to like you, is to actually show them that you are not just talking the talk, but you are also walking the walk. Build authority with your people by getting them to know, like, and trust you. And honestly, you have to know, like, and trust yourself before anybody is going to know, like, and trust you. And that is a bar right there. Okay. If you don't know yourself, if you don't like yourself, and if you don't trust yourself in the information that you are giving, there is no way, hands down, forget about it. Pack it up and just put it to rest, because there's no way that anybody is going to believe you. And so I need you to start working on that more than trying to sell the product. Work on knowing that the product or service has worked for you, knowing yourself and knowing that you're staying true to who you are and being integral. Is that a word? Integral. Like, you are showing integrity in your delivery and in the information that you're giving, right? Also, you have to like yourself, right? You have to be confident in the fact that, listen, I am here because I am trying to bring you to the top with me. I'm not going to drag you to the top with me. I'm not going to convince you to get to the top with me. In fact, quick story, just today, yesterday, I sent an email out to my email list of those that have been on my email list for a really long time and just have not been taking any action. And it was like, there's no love lost here, but I am wanting to connect with people that are ready to start taking action, right? Because I don't want to have to try to pull anybody to make a decision that's in their best interest for them, right? Like, I'm not trying to convince you to do that. So if you're not ready right now, I understand that. I respect that. I respect where you are in your process. And I'm going to focus on those that are ready, because I'm not in the business of convincing anyone, right? And so you have to be so secure in what it is that you are offering that you have a similar mindset. I want to help you. I want to be able to offer you the things that have helped me. But if you're not ready, I get that, right? And that is showing that you like yourself and that you trust yourself, right? Because you're not doubting the information that you are giving. So if you are ready to start actually implementing the strategies that I have actually done to make sales online, like you see here on the screen, then click the link in my description box below. I'm not going to tell you what to choose or what to get. You make the best decision that is for you. And hopefully, I'll see you in the community, or hopefully, you'll be on my email list at some point so that you can get all of these gems that I'm dropping behind the scenes, all of the discounts, all of the goodies that I'm giving to my community on the back end. I hope to see you on the inside if you are ready. I realize that this is not going to be a offer for everyone. Everyone is not at the decision making phase. And so that leads me into the third thing that I want to tell you that helped me make my first sale online. So let me just say, I don't take it lightly on how scary actually starting a digital business can be, right? A lot of people don't actually speak to the fact that just the thought of taking the steps to start the digital business, to create the digital product, to invest in the coaching and the mentorship, or to invest in the ebook or whatever it is, like those things take actual intention, and it takes a certain level of courage and bravery that some people are just not at that stage yet. And I absolutely get that, because there was a point where I was not at the stage to actually make a decision as of yet myself. So I get that. And I want you to know that that is very normal. You will make the decision for you when you are ready. But I don't want you to stay stuck in that analysis paralysis stage where you are just getting all of the information and not doing anything with it. YouTube and getting information online can be overwhelming, especially when you're getting it from multiple people. And so it can get you and put you in a space where you just feel like you just lock up because you still don't know where to start or what to even do, or like where do I even begin with all of this, right? After you've watched so many videos with so much information. So I just want you to know that I understand where you are, because I was actually physically and mentally, emotionally, all of it, I was there. And so take your time with your decision. Just know that when the time is right, the time will be right. But don't delay your progress. Don't delay you getting to your first sale because you are allowing fear to hold you back, right? So if you've never dived into digital products, if you've never had a digital product business before, if this is all new for you, I would recommend watching all of my videos on how to get to your first sale, what you need to do, put implementing those strategies. And if you need even more help, I have ebooks in my description, in the description box below, and I have a call with my community every single Thursday where you get direct access to me, direct access to my strategies, and you get to ask me any questions. And I invite you to the call this Thursday. Hopefully, I'll see you on the inside. But if I don't, take your time. You'll make the decision when the time is right. If you don't know or understand buyer psychology, it's going to be more difficult for you to actually start making sales online. And I say that only because the only way that these big brands get you to actually purchase their things, whether you need them or not, is because they understand your psychological behavior. They understand human behavior. They understand how you make buying decisions. These big brands, they study you and they understand what they need to show you in order to get you to make the buying or purchasing decision when you get to that point, right? They're implanting little seeds, little droplets of seeds in your mind without you even realizing, so that when it's time for you to need or want something, you're not going to think twice in getting it. Why? Because they're making sure that they are staying in your face, making sure that you remember them, making sure that if nothing else, you remember a slogan, you remember a brand colors, you remember something about that brand or that product or that service, right? That is behavioral psychology. That is human behavior. And no, you do not need a degree to understand this stuff. You don't need to go back to school. It is not rocket science to understand how people make buying decisions. You just have to have someone that has already done it, or you have to actually have the steps to actually take yourself, right? And that was one of the things that I did not know or did not understand. I did not understand buyer psychology or how people make buying decisions. So what I did was I now understand that you need that. It is a necessary component for you to make sales. So I put 100 ways to guarantee your first sale in an ebook. And I did that because I don't want you to have to fish for it. I don't want you to have to go there, here, and everywhere to find the information that I have already used and that is already helping me in my business. And so find out what it is, decide what it is that you need to do, who you are talking to. That is the importance of understanding your avatar. Know who you are talking to, and then you're able to present your offering in a way where they cannot deny it. They cannot say, I don't need this right now. They're going to think, I need to get this right now, because if I don't get it right now, I'm not going to be able to get it, right? And that is called the fear of missing out, which is one of the behavioral psychologies that most people don't talk about when it comes to making offerings and making money online. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, of course, I'll invite you to subscribe to this video, like, and comment. But if not, that's okay too, as long as you found value and that you actually use the things that I'm telling you to do. Go actually implement them once you click off of this video. I will see you on the next video, and or I'll see you inside of the community. Bye, guys.